Welcome to another Teacher Talks, and tonight we are going to have our 97th session. Yes, 97th. Okay, and tonight we are going to have another very special educator from Turkey. When he comes, we are going to start our live session with him. I'm sure that it's going to be a very fruitful session with him. And he is İsmail Alper Karaova. He's an English teacher, and also he is a foreign languages sharing summit committee member. We are going to talk about different topics with him, and I'm sure that it's going to be a very nice session with him. All right, so I think he's here. Let me invite him, and then we can start our live session. I have invited him. When he comes, we are going to start. There he is. Yes. Hello Alper hocam.
Hello, Volkan hocam. Can you hear me?
It's great to see you here. Yeah, I can hear
Here.
you clearly.
Okay,
It's great.
perfect.
Can you?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, wonderful. And before starting our live sessions, I would like to say thank you to accept my invitation to Teacher Talks and being my guest tonight and for 97th session.
Thank you for inviting me, by the way, first of all, and you are doing great job for this teacher
Thank you.
talks. Congrats.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, I know we are all busy, and I'm sure you are also very busy. So if you're ready, we can start.
Yes, of course.
Okay, Alper hocam, I know about you, but maybe our listeners would like to know about you. So can you tell us about yourself, please, and a bit about your experiences too?
Okay. Greetings from the land of Turkish delight, from Afyonkarahisar. Okay, my name is İsmail Alper. I'm 34 years old. I'm from Muğla. I graduated from Muğla University, but I work in Afyon, in Sandıklı. I work in middle school. I used to work in primary school, but now I work in middle school
Mm-hmm.
with sixth, seventh, and eighth graders this year. I love my job, and my wife is a teacher also, kindergarten teacher, and I have two children, one boy and one girl.
Wonderful, wonderful. It's great. Would you like to add anything else, or that's all
Uh,
about you?
I think that's enough for starting.
Okay then. All right. So let's move to another question then. What was or were your turning point or points in your own education?
Oh, okay. Turning points. I think I have two turning points in my life
All right.
about education. One is a sad story. Would you like to listen to this
Of
story?
course, of course. That's why we are
funny
here.
sad but funny story. Okay. When I was a middle school student, and those maybe you know it. In those years, military high schools were popular.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
for Kuleli, Maltepe, and for somehow I don't know, I decided to enter their exams when I was an eighth grade student. But my father didn't like this idea. But by the way, he was my math teacher in that school. Uh,
Oh.
he
Mm-hmm.
he used to say that no, you will go to the science high school or Anatolian high school, no military high school. You cannot do that. But luckily, I passed the written exam, and
Oh.
they called me, they called me to the physical part, sports exam, running, do
Uh-huh.
crimes,
Uh-huh.
do push-ups. Uh, Now my father was saying that okay, maybe you can do it. You can try, and we decided that we need to train, we need to
Mm-hmm.
run, we need to do push-ups, we need to crank, and every day I met my father in the meeting point, for example, and we used to run. And it was like in the Rocky movie series. I was running in front of, I was running in front of him. He was riding his bicycle, no pain, no.
Nice
And
one.
okay, the first day
Don't give
I
up. Run, Alper,
don't give
run.
up. Yeah,
Yeah.
the first day was okay. I ran. The second day I ran. The third day I ran, but I started to get bored. And on the fourth
Uh-huh.
day, I know he was waiting for me to come and start running, but I didn't go on the fourth day. And I went to the school garden to play basketball with my friends.
Oh, much
After
better than running.
after an hour, while I was playing basketball, I saw my father in the basketball court was looking at me and start shouting at me, "Where were you? Why didn't you come to the run?" On that day, we did running, of course, but in a different way. He started chase me in the school garden, all around the school
Oh,
garden,
very nice.
in front of among all my friends. It was a bad story. You don't want to listen to the rest of the story.
We can guess.
And as you can imagine, I flunked in the sports exam. I couldn't manage. Uh,
I see.
but the turning point was that I entered the Anatolian Teacher High School. And
Oh,
it was the
mm.
turning point, I think, for me. And in that school, I decided to become a teacher. For example, in prep classes, 24 hours a week,
Uh-huh.
English, speaking, listening. And in prep classes, I decided that, yeah, maybe I have to become an English language teacher. So this was a turning point. And the second one, when I was a university student, I go to Netherlands for 6 months as an Erasmus
Wow,
exchange student,
wonderful.
and it was a great experience for me. So I can call it another turning point for me.
Wonderful. Yeah, I've
Okay.
been in Netherlands many times, so it's a
Yeah,
fantastic
I
place.
love Netherlands.
Yeah,
Maybe I
really.
hope I can go there again one day.
I hope we all can go there again.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's move to another. Would you like to add anything else, or can I move another question?
Yeah, no, I think I'm
Okay,
finished. Yeah.
all right then. I know that you have been teaching English for a long time, and so probably you have a kind of a teaching philosophy. So,
Hmm.
what is your te philosophy of teaching?
Okay. Uh, Volkan Hocam, I believe that every student is individual. So every student has his or her own unique way to learn.
Uh-huh.
So bearing that in my mind, I use multiple ways in my classes. Sometimes I just give them some linguistic structures. Sometimes I try to use visuals, flashcards. Sometimes we are kinesthetic. They love running. They love just sit up, stand up, jump like this.
Mm-hmm.
So I ensure that I must ensure that no one is left behind in my classes. So I try multiple ways. This
I
may be the
see.
first one, I think. And another thing I want to mention, mistakes, learning from their mistakes is really
Mm-hmm.
important for me. I love students who make mistakes. At the end of each year, I tell them, don't be afraid of making mistakes. Please do make mistakes. I want to give feedback to you. I want to reflect on your mistakes. So
I
mistakes are
see.
really important for me. They can light our way to success.
Mm-hmm. I understand.
So I
Thank you.
try multiple ways and mistakes. Let them make mistakes, my
That.
philosophy.
Uh-huh. I see. I understand. Thank you very much. It's a good philosophy. Thank you very much. So
Hmm.
let's move to another question.
Okay.
And we have already passed the 3 months. We're in April month, so there's a
Hmm.
4 months, but probably where you have some expectations from 2022. So can you tell us about if you have or if you want to share with us what are your expectations from 2022?
Okay, I have some expectations. First of all, uh, I remember in one of your sessions you said peace at home, peace in the world, because we are going through some bad
Uh-huh.
days. And also these economic issues, I hope these currency issues will draw to a close. High inflation, money
I
talks,
see.
unfortunately. And most importantly, I have an expectation from this year. My eighth graders will have an LGS exam, central exam,
Mm-hmm.
and I hope my eighth graders can do their best in the exam, in that
Uh-huh.
exam,
I see.
especially in
Mm-hmm.
English lesson.
Of course, that's really important for them. Yeah, one of
Okay.
them important for them and for us also. They
Okay.
need to pass. They need to complete all the questions correctly.
Oh, I hope.
We all wish that one. All right, thank
So
you.
these are
Thank
my
you.
expectations.
Your expectations. Thank you very much.
Uh-huh.
And let me tell you about, there's a term, probably we all know it as a well-being, so which is really important for all of us, especially teachers after the
Mhm.
pandemic. We really need to, we really need to care about our well-being. So can you give us some the ideas about it? Like how can teachers improve their well-being? What are your ideas about it? What can you suggest us?
Okay. I think the situation depends from teacher to teacher, from person to person, but I can give you some ideas. For example, the things I can do, for example, I can share.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's classic, maybe it's cliche. You say, I try to spend time with my family, with
I
my
see.
kids. It's real. And I try to sleep well. I try to eat well. Eating is important for me.
For
And
all of us.
yeah. And the more important thing I think maybe you know JOMO, the term of the phrase JOMO, joy of missing out. And in one of videos, I shared a video about JOMO. I give social media break sometimes, not
Mm-hmm.
often, but sometimes, just 1 or 2 days. I don't check my Instagram account or my other social media accounts. But you say on the third day, I'm like this. Who shared this? Who shared this? But at least 1 or 2 days, I give a break to social media, and I try to mix up my routine. For example, just again basic things. But one day I try to go to school by my bicycle. One day I try to go by my car. One day when I go to school, I try to use a different way, a longer way, a shorter way. For example,
Mm-hmm.
these are the things I do in my life to improve my well-being.
I see. All right. Thank you.
But of course,
Thank you
everybody
very much.
has his or her own
The different
perspective.
ideas about it.
Yeah,
Thank
of
you.
course.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Alper Hocam. All right. So let's move to another question, which is related with you. That we know that actually I know, but maybe others not know yet, but maybe they will
Mhm.
learn. You have an Instagram page, like Teacher Karaova. And can you tell us about your Instagram page and what's your aim and how did you decide to open or start your Instagram page?
Okay. Uh, it was not a professional account at first. It was just a personal account, but uh, you know, it was popular bilingual families, and I tried to raise my son bilingual. And one of my friends from Instagram, and he was also my university from he was my friend from university, Rıza teacher. He told me that why don't you share your videos with your son on your Instagram page?
Mm-hmm.
And with that force, okay, I made my account professional, and I started as a bilingual page at the start of the pandemic. But somehow my son gets a little started to get a feel bit shy. He
I see.
he started to tell me that I don't want to be recorded. Please, daddy. Okay, let's speak English, but don't record me. So I needed to change my area from bilingual, and I love using idioms uh,
Uh-huh.
when I speak English. So on my stories, I shared lots of idioms. I asked idioms on my stories and wanted answers from my followers, and my followers like that also.
Uh-huh.
And from idioms, I started to use daily usage of English, daily expressions.
I
You know,
see.
BBC Council. There's a website, BBC Council, the English we speak. And when I look there, and if I think that it's useful for my followers, I share. And also, I share my activities with my students in school. So as you understand, little bit of this, as Cem
Mm-hmm.
Yılmaz said, right into the middle. So my Instagram page like this, and I don't often share nowadays. As you know, also we are a bit busy about
Uh-huh.
summit, but I try to share daily expressions,
I
idioms,
see.
and as I said, some activities with my students.
Mm-hmm. I understand. It's really good. When I have a time, I always check it, and they're very useful. You know, the expressions on your Instagram page and some videos, and so you can also follow Teacher Karaova from Instagram, I think.
Thank you.
And as you see here. Thank you very much. All right. So probably let's move to the next question. We after the pandemic we get more familiar with the Web 2 tools, and you know that we started to use more than we used to it. So in this term, I want to ask you, what are your favorite Web2 tools and why do you use them?
Okay. Well, I have lots of, but the most important ones, Kahoot, quizzes. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
everybody loves Kahoot. Action Bound is my favorite nowadays. And what else? Screen. My students also love Screen. And what else? Flipgrid. We use Flipgrid as assignment, out of class assignments. Uh, all of my students love these applications. For example, let's talk about Kahoot and quizzes. I don't prepare the questions. I teach to one of my students from the 8th graders. She's a really clever student. She told me that I want to prepare a Kahoot game, teacher. So please tell me about this game. And I taught her quizzes and Kahoot. And for weekend courses, for example, I don't prepare. She prepares the games, and
Wonderful.
she sends me one day before the course, and I check and I give the feedback. It changed this one, but it's the perfect question. So the other her friends play the game. So
Mm-hmm.
we love Web2 tools. There
Yeah,
are
we
lots of
all
also, but these are my favorite.
your favorite one. But
Mhm.
there is a question like that. Don't worry, I will share all the tools that Alper Hocam mentioned here after the sessions. I will ask him to write me down and I will share on my page and he
For
can
example,
also share them on his page too.
sorry.
Mm-hmm.
For example, they nowadays they want they want to do wall screen. Sorry, not wall screen. Action bound.
Action bound.
Action
Mm-hmm.
bound. Yes, it's like a scavenger hunt. You give them some tasks, and with their mobile phones, they how can I say it? They achieve the tasks, and they want to be the first. They want to be the winner. Sometimes I take part in those games, and
Wonderful.
they love it playing against me.
Very nice, very nice. It's really interesting. I'm sure that it's very, they are also having fun while
Hmm.
playing the game.
Hmm.
Thank you. Thank you very much,
You're welcome.
Alper Hocam. So let's
You're
move to
welcome.
another one. I know that you have a kind of a project, which is the name is English Together project.
English together.
You,
Yes. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
exactly. I think you have just started that project, if I'm not wrong, or something like that.
Exactly.
Can you tell
Exactly.
about that project? So what is it? What is
Okay.
your aim? How did you start it?
Okay. The partners. First, let's talk about the partners. Ministry of Education, Sabancı Foundation, and British Council. These
Wow.
are the partners
Mm-hmm.
of this project. And I took a 10-day training in Erzurum in November. It was a really busy training, and each day we got classes from 9 to 5 p.m.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we we talk about each skill, each four skills, and for example, differentiation, usage of technology, integration of technology, Web2 tools. We shared our experiences. There was not a hierarchy. Nobody is better than the other. We shared our experiences. We saw, for example, I saw my weak points and I try to improve them when I come back now. Uh, so, okay, after this 10-day training, when we came back to Sandıklı, they wanted us to form our PLCs, professional learning communities.
Hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
there's another teacher in Sandıklı. We are two facilitators. Last month, for example, in March, we held our first meeting. It was about speaking. We discussed about how to maximize speaking in our classes. We discussed, uh, for example, as you said, favorite Web2 tools to improve speaking skills of students.
Mm-hmm.
And in May, for example, we will come together again to talk about differentiation. And in June, it will end in June for this year. I don't know if it will whether it will continue or not next year, but they say it will continue. And in June, we will come together again, and the topic is what was it? Yeah, integration of technology into your classes.
I
So
see.
we come together, we share. Nobody is better than nobody is higher than the other. We cooperate, we support each other. We have WhatsApp group. We share our opinions. We share our, you know, these
Mm-hmm.
like the
Ideas, what you think about
yeah
that
as
skills
the
and
project together, English
mm-hmm.
together, as its name suggests. we are together and we are discussing.
Wonderful. It's
Mhm.
wonderful. I'm sure that it's very useful and it really helps to each other while you are doing
Sometimes there
the
is
project.
sometimes there is a lot of paperwork, but it's nice. It's nice. I'm
Yeah,
happy
paperworks
to
are
be in
everywhere,
this
not
project.
only in the
Yeah,
projects. Okay, okay, thank you very much. It's very easy.
you're
By the way,
welcome. You're welcome.
it's only, in your area you are doing this English pro together project, or can other cities
No,
join
in
it,
in
or
in in all of the cities there are facilitators now.
mm, I
Uh-huh.
see.
But in Sandıklı there are two facilitators. In Afyon, when if we can talk about city, one, two, we are four facilitators in Afyon. But in my town,
Mm,
we are two facilitators. But
I see.
in every city there's a facilitator.
I see. I understand. Okay,
Hmm.
thank you. Thank you
You're
very much,
welcome.
Alper Hocam. So let's move to another question. Probably you just mentioned about the English Together projects, and probably you come together and you discuss lots of things together,
Hmm.
and probably you talk about the good parts of your experiences or something like this. But this times I want to ask you something vice versa. Okay? So can you
Okay.
tell us one of your, let's say, bad or challenging teaching experiences in your career?
Challenging experience. Somebody says slowly speak. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna speak slowly. That's challenging experience. I think I will talk about my first year in teaching. On my first in my first year, I I used to work in a rural area. It was a disadvantaged area. It was a
Mm-hmm.
village school. Let's say it was a village school, and the students, no, they didn't have any interest in English. For especially the boys, all they talked about, maybe you know this Smackdown game.
Of course,
Yeah,
yes.
they were running around. They were running around the school. I am Roy Mysterio. I am John Cena. They no, they don't have really interest in English. So I asked myself, oh my God, what will I do with these students? How can I teach present perfect? How can I teach quantifying to these students? I worked there, I think, for 6 or 7 months. Then I changed
Uh-huh.
my school, and to some extent, okay, I managed to improve their
Uh-huh.
English skill. Especially, I could have been able to teach them how to pronounce uh, SmackDown wrestlers. For example, I
That's
couldn't
nice.
teach them present perfect. I couldn't teach them maybe simple present tense, but I managed that.
That's
And
that's nice.
it was a really challenging year for me. And things got better from later.
From later probably, but at least you told them some how can they pronounce the
Yeah, yeah,
name
yeah,
of the
yeah,
the
yeah.
name of the characters. That's
At least
nice.
I could do it.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. Thank you, Alper Hocam. Thank you very much. So let's move to another question. Thank you for your sharing your experience with us. So as you know that, especially this is all the time is really important. Like the term is equal opportunities.
Hmm.
So this term, most of us, it's really important, and sometimes we become really sad because, some students have got this great opportunities, and some students they don't have great opportunities.
Hmm.
So in this term, what does this term equal
Hmm.
opportunities
Hmm.
mean to you?
Yeah, it's a big problem, I think, for state schools, especially, not for private schools. Uh, Regardless of social background, gender, religion, or etc., every student has the right to get a unique education.
Mm-hmm.
But as I said, in state schools, is it really like this? No, I don't think so. It seldom lives up to this idea. For example, our course books in states, especially English course books in state schools, most of the time they are demotivating and boring. And we, I want to, um, I want to, how can I say it? I want to buy, let's say, buy an extra course book, for example. But most of the students, not most of, some of the students can't even afford that book. But in private schools, it's not like that, I think. But in state schools, we leave this problem, unfortunately.
I
Equal
see.
opportunities, no, it's a sad topic, I think, for Turkey.
I understand. I understand. Okay. So thank you very much, Alper Hocam, for
You're
your
welcome.
ideas and
You're
sharing with
welcome.
it. And let's move to another question then. So, we all love warm-up activities. I love also warm-up activities. And I always have one or two activities in my mind when I go to classes. If we have a time, we play or something like them. And what I want to ask you, can you give us one or two warm-up activities for young learners, or the ones that you use it in your classes? If you share one or two activities, we really
Okay.
be happy about it.
Okay. Simon Says, as everybody knows, is my favorite. Simon Says. And I learned one warm-up activity in Erzurum training. Two truths, one lie. Yeah, maybe you know it. The students walk around the classroom and create three sentences. Two must be true and one must be false, and the other students must find the false one. This is also another warm-up, a good warm-up activity for communication. And another, don't say yes or no. I like this one also. Don't say yes or no.
That's nice.
To achieve this warm-up activity, I give my students before the activity some fake coins on a certain amount. They start again walking around the classroom and start asking questions, but the other students mustn't answer by yes or no. They must answer in any other way, but don't say yes or no. If he or she says yes or no, he has to give one coin to the other student, and at the end of the game, who has the most coins is the winner. So I think, yeah, these are my favorite warm-up games.
I see. Thank you very much. Thank you. It's
You're
really
welcome.
nice warm-up activities. All right. So let's move to another one. This is interesting, the question. This is the first time I am asking it. Let me ask you again. Can you tell us 5 phrasal verbs that you always use in your classes?
5 phrasal verbs. Okay. Can I use it in example sentence?
Yeah, it's your choice. No problem.
I usually use this phrasal verb. I'm not a dictionary. Look it up in your dictionary. It's the first one, I think. Look it up. And the second one, mess around. Why are you messing? Why are you messing around? Get back to your work. Focus.
Okay.
Okay. And number 3, I think.
Yeah, number 3.
For example, last week it was the exam week in our school, and I used, I think, this one. Okay, time is over. Hand in your exam paper. Hand
nice
in,
one
maybe.
to read.
Okay, what
Number
was
4.
For reading activities, I use this one. Run through the text. Run through the text and answer the question.
Run through the text. Very nice.
Run through
Number
the text.
4. And the last one?
What was that? Maybe, can I say keep on working?
Yeah, keep on working. That's nice.
Or you keep on making mistakes. Hey, come on. I just focus more.
So wonderful. I give you a clap. Thank you very much.
I finished.
Nice.
Thank you.
Nice. Yeah, the 5 one. But let's count again. The first one, look up.
Look it up. Yes. Mess around. Hand in. Keep on. I said keep on. Yes, keep on.
Yeah, keep on. And
what was the other one? Run through.
Okay, thank you very much, Alper Hocam. Nice one. Nice phrasal verbs. Okay. Okay, if you're watching this session, or maybe you can watch it later, so you have a chance to learn 5 phrasal verbs daily use in your classes. Thank you, Alper Hocam. Very nice. Okay, so let's move to another questions. It's going to be about like authentic materials. So we all want to use authentic materials, which is really important, and sometimes we really need them. We really need them, and we really need to use them in our classes. So what's the importance of authentic materials for language classes? What is your idea about it?
I mentioned it just, I think, 2 or 3 minutes ago. In our course books, they are really demotivating and boring. There are lots of long reading text, long dialogues, which have no reason to do. I don't know, for somehow they they always send these course books every year, but we have shortage of authentic materials in our course books. And this was the topic in Erzurum training our native speakers discussed. They gave importance to these authentic materials. And in one presentation, I remember I used a flight announcement as an authentic material in Erzurum training. Authentic materials, of course, they are really important. They are easy to find. They are up to date. They bring creativity to our classrooms. I really want to use them, of course, but you know, with our course books, to find authentic materials, maybe sometimes time consuming. It may be time consuming, but the important thing, we want to expose language. We want to expose. We want our students exposed to real world language use. So authentic materials does that, I think, and we must use authentic materials.
I understand.
But in our course books, yeah, as I said, it's a problem.
That's the problem. I see.
But it's really important to use them. We must use them as English language teachers.
Let's write. There's a comment here. As you see, it's worth mentioning the teaching methods applied in English language.
It's worth mentioning the teaching methods
applied in
for
English
our
language.
session or to our students.
No, it's general. She's talking about. It's like this.
It's worth mentioning the teaching methods applied. I'm not sure about that.
It's okay.
Maybe it doesn't work, I think. I don't know. Maybe you are more experienced than me. What do you think?
No problem. It's okay.
I'm not good at answering the questions.
Oh, I see. Okay, Alper Hocam. Let's move. So, what about professional development, Alper Hocam? So, what is the importance of PD for you?
Okay, professional development. Yeah, of course, it's important. Sometimes it's better to get to be a student instead of a teacher. We have to improve our skills.
Definitely, we have to do it.
Yeah, professional development. Thanks to professional development, we can become more satisfied teachers, more talented teachers. It nurtures our talents. I think it's the right expression. Yeah, it nurtures our talents. So professional development is really essential, especially for language teachers.
I see.
So we have to improve ourselves. We have to improve.
So that takes a really important place in our
yeah,
teaching.
exactly.
I understand. Okay, thank you very much, Alper Hocam. Let's move to another one. So as we know that the technology is really important, not only in teaching area. It's important for every part of the area. I think we are living in technology. The technology, we can't. I think right now, if they take technology from us, probably it's going to be the disaster for all the world. So, but when we think about the education and the language teaching, what's the place of technology in language teaching?
I think it's in the core center, especially for English language teachers. The technology is in the core center. As we said, there are lots of Web 2 tools that we have to use. Okay, we need to change this belief. Just stand in front of the class and give the lecture through blackboard or whiteboard. No, this is not happening. This 2022, as you said, it's not happening. We have to change this. And technology is in every part of our school life. We have to use Web 2 tools. We have to use every aspect of technology, I think.
I see. In your teaching. I understand.
In English language teaching, we have to use technology.
I see. All right. So let's move to another question then. Thank you, Alper Hocam. So this is a very interesting question. I really wonder what are you going to say about it. If you could have one superpower to use in the classroom, what would it be and how would it help you?
What would it be? I would have the mind reading power. I would like to learn through my classes what they are thinking now, what they are feeling, and if they need more attention,
Mm-hmm.
I would support them. So to your question, it would be mind reading superpower.
I see. Mind
I,
reading. It's
mind
interesting.
reading, yeah, mind
Probably.
reading power.
Yeah, this is not only they're also in the previous sessions. Yeah, I think
Uh-huh.
there are couple teachers or educators mentioned the same, the mind reading.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. They mentioned the same superpower. They would like to
Sometimes,
read their
sometimes be,
students' minds.
sometimes
Sometimes.
be invisible. I think.
Yeah, that's also another point. That's also another superpower that they
Yeah.
would like to have, the invisibility. That's really
You remember
nice.
the village school I mentioned? I would I would like
Probably
to
you
have
would do
that.
that. Yeah, you would have that then. Definitely
Okay.
nice. Okay, thank you very much. Thank
You're
you very much,
welcome.
Alper Hocam. So, Alper Hocam, probably, actually, not this year. Probably you haven't faced lots of challenging moments until so far with 2022. But what was the biggest challenge that you faced, let's say, last year? What can you say about it? Or if
Last
you
year.
faced this year, you can also talk about this year.
Yeah, this year I have a class also like the village school, but they are better than the village school, a bit better than.
Mm-hmm.
And especially there are boys there who don't want to listen, who don't want to take part in activities. And uh, I finished the lesson, I finished the activities with two or with only three or four girls. So they haven't graduated yet, unfortunately. I'm sorry to say that. Uh, so not for last year, but this year also it's a big challenge for me. You know, we have four eighth graders according to their levels. Unfortunately, 8A, 8B, 8C, and 8D. And I study with all of them. And 8D,
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, it's a big challenge for me this year.
I see. I understand. All right.
Uh,
Thank you. Thank you very much. That's the challenging one. I hope you can
mhm, mhm.
succeed it with them. Okay. So, can you tell me? Let's move to another question. Can you
Okay.
tell me 5 adjectives that
Hmm.
describe an effective language teacher?
Five adjectives.
This is
Ah,
challenging question. Yes.
this is challenging. Okay, let me think about it. Mm. One is passionate, a
Okay. One is
teacher,
passionate.
passionate, and connectable with their
Mm-hmm.
students, connectable.
Okay.
Open-minded to new ideas.
Okay. Three. Nice.
Uh,
And number
patient,
four, patient.
patient, patient, and not always, but sometimes disciplined. He or she must be disciplined.
Disciplined.
Yeah.
I see. Okay then. Nice adjectives. Okay. Good.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Alper Hocam.
You're
So let's
welcome.
move to another questions, Alper
Yeah.
Hocam. So I'm sure that you have been using lots of websites for your
Website. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
teaching class, for
Uh-huh.
your teaching, I mean for your classes probably. So
Mhm.
can you tell us one or two teaching websites that you always use?
One is Twinkle. Everybody knows it, I think. Twinkle. I didn't know it. I think I started using it 2 years ago, but I'm really happy to use it because there are lots of handouts, there are lots of games, uh, there are lots of flashcards. Twinkle is really nice. It's the first one. And the second one, for my Instagram page, as I mentioned, you know, the daily usage expressions, BBC, what is it? BBC Learning English.
Mm-hmm.
The site's name is BBC Learning English, but under the BBC Learning English, there's a section, the English we speak, and I love that section also. For
Mhm.
my posts, I use that section, the English we speak, and for my students, I try to make the most of Twinkle.
Twinkle part.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, Alper Hocam. So let's move to another question.
Okay.
So probably you have read lots of book and articles or something like it about ELT. And so what can you suggest us to read about ELT?
Okay. I used to read a lot, but I think this is my weak point. I don't, I can't find time to read more. But I can suggest, if it's okay I can suggest some blogs or some websites as well
Sure, of course.
for this question. And what was it? Modern English Teacher. Yes, modernenglishteacher.com. You can share it also after the session. And what was it? English Jessica. English not English with Jessica. English with Jennifer.com. English with Jennifer.com. And learn from my mistakes.com. It's a blog also. I like these blogs. English with Jennifer.com, learn from my mistakes.com, and what was it? modernenglishteacher.com. But for books, I'm sorry, I don't read.
I see. That's okay. That's the kind of, we will follow it, the blogs too. Thank you. They're
Yeah,
I'm sure that they're also wonderful.
We read much, of course, in the when I was at university, but
not anymore.
not.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you very much, Alper Hocam. So let's move. By the way, it's only 2 questions left, you know.
Really?
Time flies, yeah.
Wow.
So let's move to the next question. Think that we finished the interview with you and you step outside the home and find a lottery ticket, ends up winning $10 million. What would you do?
$10 million.
We all want to have a $10 million, probably.
Okay. I have a dream to open my private language course. So definitely I would open it. In a big city. And you know, with these currency issues, it's getting impossible to travel around the world.
No.
Maybe with my family I will travel around the world, starting with the Netherlands.
Nice.
Just travel around the world and start up a new company, start up a new private language course, Karaova language courses.
Do you have a name for the course in your mind?
English with teacher. No, I haven't thought about
English with teacher Karaova. Only just you can write teacher Karaova. Yeah. Okay. Come to learn the best English from me.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. So here is the last question, Alper Hocam. Are you ready for it?
Yes.
Okay. What is your motto?
Motto. Okay. Can I share 2 mottos?
Of course.
Okay. One is from, sorry. I think, as far as I remember, she was a American teacher and astronaut. I don't remember her name now. In one website, I read this one. What was it? I touch the future, I teach. This may be my motto. And as the last one, our own the great leader said, the most powerful guide in life is science. You know, hayatta en hakiki mürşidi. So these are my mottos, Volkan Hocam.
I see, I understand. Okay then. Thank you very much, Alper Hocam.
And maybe I can add, just sorry, maybe I can add the third one. Let them make mistakes.
Let them make mistakes. That's also very nice.
It came to my mind now.
It's okay. Thank you very much, Alper Hocam. All right then. That's all by my side about the questions. Thank you very much. So before ending our live sessions, Alper Hocam, would you like to add anything else?
And as I said in the beginning, thank you for inviting me to these great sessions. As I said, you are doing a great job. And in April, I hope we can succeed with you a great summit.
Yeah, we are hoping that. Yeah, we are looking forward that moment.
Maybe next year we hope to do it face to face.
I hope so. Okay then. Thank you very much. All right, I would like to say one more time, thank you, Alper Hocam, for sharing your ideas, your suggestions, also the most important thing, your precious time with us. It was a fruitful session, and it was really wonderful that you were with us and being our guest tonight for Teacher Talks. Ismail Alper Karaova Hocam was with us tonight. And we had a really nice session, and I'm sure I really liked it. I'm sure that you liked it too. and I hope you enjoyed it just like us. And
Thank
we
you.
are going to be here and next week on the same day at the same time, as you know,
Okay.
Teacher Talks day and time. Until next time, wherever you are, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, everybody. And peace, everybody. Until the next time. And take care of
Thank
yourselves. And bye bye. Bye
thank
bye,
you.
Alper.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.